Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm here with some really cool cases for all you clear case fans out there. So we've got Gear4's Santa Cruz Snap and Crystal Palace Snap cases for the iPhone 14 Pro. Both of these case models feature D3O for protection, and for those of you that might not be familiar with D3O, it's a super impact protective material that's used in the military, it's used in industrial applications, and in sports equipment. And it's really perfect for phone cases because although it's flexible ordinarily, it hardens upon impact, providing excellent protection. So really great stuff there. Used to be that all D3O was orange, but now D3O can be made in different colors. So for the Santa Cruz Snap, we've got black D3O here running around the perimeter. You've got blue D3O here in this blue Santa Cruz Snap, and the Crystal Palace Snap features something called D3O Crystalex, which is a crystal clear D3O, and it's one that's not going to change color over time. So that is excellent. So both of these case models are going to provide the same 13 feet of drop protection. They're antimicrobial, they contain recycled content, and of course they're MagSafe. Let's take a closer look at these cases on my iPhone 14 Pro in gold. Looking first at the all-clear Crystal Palace Snap case. This is quite a rigid case, very little flex to it. Material-wise, we have a combination of polycarbonate, which is what the back is made of, and then on the sides you have D3O Crystalex, this all-clear D3O material, which gives this case such great protection. You got that 13 feet of drop protection, and then the sides also have some TPU and I believe some polycarbonate as well. So going in the interior, we have our MagSafe ring nicely inset, so this is not going to scratch your phone or anything like that. The case is nice and slim, has a pleasant feel to it. We have little tiny ridges here on the side which give you greater grip. And then we also have protection here for your rear camera. Size-wise, this is going to be just a little bit bigger than something like the Apple Silicone case. Very slightly taller, wider, and thicker, but it is a small difference. Overall, I think that this is a lovely slim case, and it's a case which is going to look fantastic on your phone. Putting your phone in this case is not that difficult, but it is a little bit on the tight side. You want to start on your left-hand side. Put your left hand in and make sure both your top and your bottom corners are in place before you go over to the right hand side and then push on those corners. It makes kind of a funny creaking noise because of the D3O in here. So I've noticed this with other clear cases that have clear sides and drop protection. So it's not that unusual. Don't be alarmed with the noise. It's a normal part of the case. So once it's on, you can see we have a good fit on here. You do have a tiny bit of give here over your buttons and port openings, but it's quite slight. Overall, I think we have quite a good fit on here. But what you will notice if you have a tempered glass screen protector on here like I do, is that you do not have very much lip here on the sides. So if I didn't have a tempered glass screen protector on here, you'd have a slight amount of lip. As it is, you pretty much have zero lip right now. But do not despair because you have a higher lip at the bottom and the top. So this does give you lay on the table protection if you put your phone face down. You are still going to have protection for your screen even if you have a tempered glass screen protector on here. But overall, this is not a high-lipped kind of a case. However, if you're the kind of person that likes to swipe freely from side to side, you're going to be in good shape with this, and it does give this a nice slim feel in the hand. Looking at our port openings, we've got asymmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design, so that is all great. And as far as third-party lightning cables are concerned, you should be in good shape there, although of course this case does support both regular Qi wireless charging as well as MagSafe charging, so you might find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going up the sides, we have a series of grip lines on here. These give you a nice amount of grip. These are made of the same material as the rest of the case, so they are a hard material. They're not rubbery. They're not going to collect lint, and they're not going to make it hard for you to slide your phone in and out of your pockets, but they are going to give you sufficient grip so that this does not feel slippery. So they did a really good job on these. I think they're quite attractive, and they're very functional. Going here to our volume buttons. These are fine. They are not great, but they're certainly not bad, and they're definitely better than the ones on the Santa Cruz Snap, which are not so good. So going here to our mute switch. I don't think you're going to have issues in accessing it unless you have quite large fingers. I certainly don't have any problems. Then looking at the view from the top, again, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here, so if I didn't have this on here, you would have a little bit of lip on the sides, but with it, you pretty much have no lip on the sides. But remember, you do have that higher lip on the top and the bottom of the case. So that is going to give you lip around the screen, even with a tempered glass screen protector. And the screen protector here is a Casetify screen protector. But of course, ZAGG makes fantastic screen protectors. I just don't happen to have one of those on my phone at this time. And then going around here to the other side, we don't have any grip lines here at the top, but you do at the bottom. So nice amount of grip there. And then our side button is fine. It's better than the volume buttons and really nothing to complain about. Looking at the back of the case, we have a good amount of branding on here. So if you're branding averse, you might not be too crazy about that. We have D3O branding down here at the bottom, protected by D3O. And then we have Gear4 branding going around the camera surround. So be aware of that if you don't like branding. But other than that, I think everything looks really good here. We have a two-tone MagSafe ring on here. So really nice look there, silver and white. And I think that my gold iPhone looks lovely here. The material on here on the back is not going to yellow over time, I don't think. It's polycarbonate, shouldn't have an issue with yellowing, but it is likely to have an issue with fingerprints and scratching. So fingerprints you can't do a whole lot about except keep a microfiber cloth handy. But as far as scratching is concerned, you've got little tiny ridges down here at the two bottom corners, and those together with the camera rim, the raised camera rim, are going to help keep the majority of the case back very slightly raised above a flat surface, and that's going to help with everyday scratching. So that's good there. As far as yellowing on the sides is concerned, so the parts of the sides which are TPU are probably going to yellow over time. But the parts which have the D3O Crystalex on them probably are not. So the Crystalex here runs along the sides underneath these grip lines, and then it stops where the buttons are, and then it starts here above them. You can see it very slightly. So my take on this is that there's going to be areas on here which will turn yellow on the sides, but hopefully not too much and not too noticeably. So looking at the amount of protection you have for your rear camera, you've got protection here on all four sides. So some 14 Pro cases have gone to 3-sided protection. Gear4 has stayed with 4-sided protection. And you do have sufficient protection here for lay on the table design protection for your camera. It's not a huge amount of protection, but it is absolutely sufficient if you put this on a flat surface. As far as wireless charging is concerned, you're going to have no issues with regular Qi wireless charging, and as far as MagSafe charging is concerned, you're going to be in good shape there as well. So Apple's MagSafe charger is going to work great. Got a good magnetic connection here. You can also use this with other MagSafe accessories such as Apple's MagSafe wallet. Everything is good there. Nice connection. And then, of course, you can use this with super fun MagSafe accessories such as ZAGG's Ring Snap 360. Love this one. So this one is a nice ring as well as a really cool stand, adjustable. You can put this 360 degrees. Just a really great little accessory from ZAGG. So overall, just a really nice case from Gear4. Removing this case from your phone is not difficult. You want to start up in your top right-hand corner, push that off, go down to your bottom right-hand corner, push that off, and then pull out your phone. Moving on to the Gear4 Santa Cruz Snap. This is going to be very, very similar to the Crystal Palace Snap case that we were just looking at. So you've got the same nice grips here on the sides, got the same nice raised rim around the rear camera. Of course, this case is going to be MagSafe, going to give you that 13 feet of drop protection, and it's protected by D3O, but the D3O in the Santa Cruz Snap is your standard D3O, which is colored, as opposed to the Crystalex D3O that you have with the Crystal Palace Snap. So size-wise, these guys are going to be the same. They're both going to do a great job in showing off your iPhone. Just depends on what kind of look you're going for. Putting your phone in the Santa Cruz Snap is going to be a little bit easier than with the Crystal Palace Snap. So start on your left-hand side, put your bottom and your top corners both in place, and then clip on your right-hand corners. Because the material here on the interior is a little bit different than with your Crystal Palace Snap, it doesn't make that strange groaning, creaking noise. Once on, you've got a nice fit, little bit of give over your buttons and your port openings, about the same as with the Crystal Palace Snap. But other than that, you've got a great fit on here, and you do have a bit more lip on here. Not a lot, but a little bit more lip here on the sides. You also have that higher lip on the bottom and the top, so you do still have lay on the table design, even though you have a low lip here on the sides. But even though it's a low lip, you do have more lip than you did with the Crystal Palace Snap. So if the Crystal Palace Snap was just a little bit too low for you, then this might be a good alternative. Overall, everything looks good here. And again, you do have that additional protection with your higher bottom and top lip here. Going down here to your port openings, again, you got the same port openings that you have on the Crystal Palace Snap, so asymmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design. All of that is great, and you're going to be able to fit many third-party lightning cables here as well, no problem. Very nice design. So going up the sides here, you can see this dark line of D3O that runs up the sides. That's going to give you that 13 feet of drop protection. You also have these nice side grips, giving you a nice amount of grip, just like with the Crystal Palace Snap. Again, this is not the kind of grip that's going to make it hard to slide into your pockets, and it's not going to attract lint, so all that's great. So going up here to the buttons, these are a disappointment. They're quite hard to press, not very responsive, not really sure what's going on there, because the ones on the Crystal Palace Snap are significantly better. Looking here at the mute switch opening, plenty big for most people, no issues there. And then looking here at the view from the top, again, not a lot of lip here on the sides, although of course I do have a tempered glass screen protector in place, and if I didn't have one, you would have more visible lip. And then we do, of course, always have that higher lip here on the top and the bottom. That definitely helps give you more protection to your screen, despite the fact that you have a pretty low lip on the side. Then going over here to the side, you don't have any grip lines here at the top, but you do at the bottom. And then the side button is really okay on here, so it's much, much better than the volume buttons. And given that that's the button you're going to be pressing a whole lot more than the volume buttons, that's a real relief. Looking at the back of the case, we've got quite a bit of branding on here. So you got D3O branding here at the bottom and Gear4 branding around the camera surround. So be aware of that if you are sensitive to branding. Other than that though, I think everything looks quite good. I like the way this black MagSafe ring sets off the gold of my iPhone. So as far as fingerprints and scratching are concerned, this type of material, this polycarbonate we have on the back, is going to be sensitive to scratching as well as fingerprints. As far as fingerprints are concerned, there's not a whole lot you can do except keep a microfiber cloth handy. But as far as scratching, we do have one feature here which is going to help with everyday scratching, and that is that you have some very small ridges here in the two bottom corners, and those combined with the fact that you have this raised camera rim should hold the majority of the back of the phone case very slightly above a flat surface when this is placed on its back, and that's going to help reduce scratching. So as far as yellowing is concerned, you're probably going to be okay there. The back of the case is not going to yellow, or at least it shouldn't from what I understand. But the sides of the case, in the areas where you don't see this black D3O, you may have a tendency to yellow. So basically your button areas and maybe the clear bit above and below the D3O lines, I would say that those are at risk for yellowing. but hopefully if there's yellowing, it won't be that noticeable. So looking here at the camera area, you do have a sufficient rim here around your camera to give you lay on the table design protection, so that is excellent. And I think overall everything looks really good here. You've got a nice slim form factor. This has a pleasant feel in the hand. It's not that slippery because you do have those ridges here on the sides. The back of the case is relatively slippery, but as long as you're the kind of person that picks up your phone case by the sides, which is what I do, I think you should be in good shape. As far as wireless charging is concerned, you're going to be fine with regular Qi wireless charging, and because this is a MagSafe case, this is going to work great with MagSafe chargers as well. So here it is with Apple's MagSafe charger. You get a nice tight magnetic connection, just the same as you have with the Crystal Palace Snap. And as far as other MagSafe accessories are concerned, so you can use this obviously with MagSafe wallets like this one from Apple. Got a nice connection there. This is going to work great with MagSafe power banks. I particularly like this new one here from ESR. This is their new MagSafe power bank stand wallet. It's really quite good. Works well. Really nice combo there. And then finally, of course, you can use this with MagSafe rings like ZAGG's Ring Snap 360. Love this thing. Works so well. Such a fantastic little ring snap stand. Removing this case is not difficult. Just start in your top right hand corner, push that off, go down to your bottom right hand corner, push that off, and then pull out your phone. Looking at the same Santa Cruz Snap case in blue, so you've got blue D3O running around the perimeter and a blue MagSafe ring. Other than that, same exact case. So everything looks the same here. Same minimal lip here on the sides, higher lip on the top and bottom. Nicely designed port openings. Attractive blue D3O going around the sides. Better side button. Not so good volume buttons. And then looking at the back of the case, got a blue MagSafe ring. So this is just really a color preference here. Just depends upon what you're looking for. Probably would look really cool on a black iPhone as well. Finally, for all you pink fans out here, we have a Santa Cruz Snap case in disguise. So this one is labeled Piccadilly Snap, but there's no Piccadilly Snap case being sold on the ZAGG Gear4 website. So I had to actually look online and find this one in AT&T's online store. So it is a Gear4 case. It's just being labeled as Piccadilly Snap as opposed to Santa Cruz Snap, but it looks just like a Santa Cruz Snap case, so we're going to treat it as such. So you've got pink D3O here on the sides and a pink MagSafe ring. So you got that same fit on the phone, same port openings. We got pink D3O going up the sides. Looks actually quite nice with my gold iPhone. Same fit here. Same nice ridges here for grip. And then looking at the back, got a nice look here with the pink MagSafe ring and the gold iPhone. So definitely an option if you're a fan of pink. So overall, I think we have some really nice cases here for all you clear case fans out there. I'm loving the color choices you get with the Santa Cruz Snap. I think we got some really nice options there. And if you are into a completely clear case, there is a lot to love with the Crystal Palace Snap. I love the fact that all of these cases have those excellent grip lines. They've got that 13 feet of drop protection, and they do such a great job in showing off your phone. I do wish, however, that the Crystal Palace Snap in particular had a little bit more lip around the screen, and I do wish that the Santa Cruz Snap case had better volume buttons. But overall, I think these are very nice cases. Definitely something to consider if you're looking for a protective MagSafe clear case for your iPhone 14 Pro. Again, we've been looking at the ZAGG Gear4 Santa Cruz Snap and Crystal Palace Snap cases for the iPhone 14 Pro. These cases are available directly from ZAGG as well as from many other retailers, and they're priced the same at $49.99. The Santa Cruz Snap comes in the lovely black and blue colors featured in this review, and the Crystal Palace Snap comes in a single color, clear. The Piccadilly Snap case in pink, which you saw in this review, which is basically a Santa Cruz Snap case in disguise, is currently not available from ZAGG, but I did see it online from AT&T, and it's priced basically the same as the others. Many thanks to the kind folks at ZAGG for sending me out these samples to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and do consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I've got a lot more tech accessory reviews coming up. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.